What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with a Tekken 8 tutorial, and here we are going to talk about Uncle Leroy Smith, and we are going to talk about 5 important moves that I feel that you need to master when you're using Uncle Leroy Smith. The reason why I feel this way is because these 5 moves are very important in battle, because when it comes to punishment, or when it comes to basically mixing up and setting up your opponent, and to a certain extent a couple of these moves, even though they're unsafe, they're kind of like the safest moves that Leroy can use without being severely punished. So these 5 moves that I am about to show y'all are very important, and I feel like y'all really need to master if you are interested in picking up Leroy and trying to be successful with him. Now we're gonna get right into it. And the first move that I feel like you should master, feel like you should learn straight off the bat, of course, is Leroy's 1-2. The reason why I feel like you should learn this is because it is the best option as of right now. It is the easiest option for punishment. Leroy's 1-2 can punish a lot of things. Not only that, after you punish an opponent with Leroy's 1-2, not only that, after you punish an opponent with Leroy's 1-2, this 1-2 can basically lead to mix-ups. It can basically lead to setups. You know, after you punish, you can go 1-2-4, 1-2-3. You feel what I'm saying? So you can go 1-2 into a throw. Leroy's 1-2, once you punish your opponent, it can open all kind of doors when it comes to setting your opponent up and keep your opponent guessing. So you definitely should learn Leroy's 1-2. It is very important, and it is very useful when it comes into the heat of battle. When the battle gets aggressive, Leroy's 1-2 is a great go-to punishment move, because it basically shifts everything back in Leroy's favor. So once you get this 1-2 down, once you're able to punish a lot of the opponent's moves, as you can see what I'm doing right here, the opponent is throwing out moves, these particular moves that Leroy can punish with the 1-2. And like I said before, after the punish, you can either reset, or you can basically set your opponent up for a guess, set your opponent up for a mix-up or a setup. So Leroy's 1-2 is very important, and I kind of feel like once you master this, you will get way more comfortable in the heat of battle when it comes to punishing. Also too, when your opponent is blocking a lot, don't be afraid to use Leroy's 1-2, because when your opponent is blocking, they're gonna have to guess the third execution. You feel what I'm saying? So Leroy's 1-2, very important to master, very important in the heat of battle, and I feel like it is one of the top 5 moves that you should learn and master when it comes to Leroy Smith. Now the next move is Leroy's 2-2. Now the thing with Leroy's 2-2 can work the same as Leroy's 1-2, but the only big difference is with Leroy's 2-2, as it can punish a lot of things just like Leroy's 1-2, Leroy's 2-2, if it's blocked, it can be severely punished. So you got to be careful of that, and you got to be aware of that if Leroy's 2-2 is blocked. But if you punish someone with Leroy's 2-2, you can act exactly as you can with Leroy's 1-2. You can use it as mix-up. You can use it to set up your opponent on the next execution, keep your opponent guessing. And also too, Leroy's 2-2 is a little bit more powerful than Leroy's 1-2, obviously. So it can be a better punishment option in some cases against some characters. And like I said, if it gets blocked, it can get severely punished. But if you land a confirmed counter hit on the punishment when Leroy's 2-2, you can set your opponent up and mix your opponent up just like you can the 1-2, and you can inflict bigger damage when it comes to Leroy's 2-2 and setting people up with it. Now, this next move here, I really feel like in order to be good with Leroy and successful with him, you need to learn and you need to master is Leroy's back 1+2. Me personally, this move is so important for Leroy because we already know how Tekken 8 is. Tekken 8 is a super aggressive fighting game. You have aggressive characters in the game such as Reina, Warong, Yoshimitsu, and so. Leroy's back 1+2 is extremely important when it comes to Tekken 8, because it is a move that basically can get the aggressive opponent off of him, and it is a move that you also need to learn, and you need to get the timing down right so you can get counter hit on the aggressive opponent. In Tekken 7, Leroy's back 1-2 was probably one of the most powerful moves in the game. It really helped Leroy out a lot against aggressive characters. and it's going to be the same way here in Tekken 8, especially when in Tekken 8 you really can't rely on parries too much in Tekken 8. And then on top of that too, in my opinion, Leroy's back 2 parry is really garbage in Tekken 8, so that parry you really should never rely on. But Leroy's back 1+2, although it's not a parry, this is a move that Leroy definitely needs when he's going up against aggressive opponents, and you definitely need this in order to be success with him. And like I said, it's all about the timing. You got to get the timing down right. You got to know and you got to see when your opponent is ready to attack, and you just got to get it down right. And if you get it down right, get consistent counter hits with this move, get a big combo on your opponent, it will really help Leroy out. You can inflict good damage and you can be in good shape in the battle. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you do not incorporate Leroy's back 1+2 in your arsenal, if you are learning him, you are going to have a struggle. It's going to be a hard time for you to really get an edge on your opponent. So this is a move that you definitely want in your arsenal when you're learning Leroy. It's also a move that you need to be using consistently, effectively with Leroy, because like I said, this move is extremely important. It's probably one of Leroy's best moves. Not only that, it's probably one of his most reliable moves if used correctly. Leroy's back 1-2, as I'm showing right here, this move will do wonders, and it will make it easier for you to deal with aggressive opponents and aggressive characters. As you can see what I'm doing on the screen right here, it's basically the only thing that I can show you is the timing. It is pretty much like an advanced move to a certain extent. If you get the timing down right, get the counter hit, work on it consistently, you can be extremely successful with Uncle Leroy. Now the next move that we are going to talk about and discuss when it comes to Uncle Leroy, another move which I personally feel like you should master, is his 1+2, 1+2-1. And of course, this is one of Leroy's signature moves right here. The reason why I feel like you should master this move, because this move can be used in a plethora of ways. And one of the biggest things that you could do with this move is that this move is actually, not only is it good for punishing, it can punish a lot of the opponent's moves, but this move is also good for intercepting a lot of opponent's moves as well. So basically, if you get your timing down right, you can use this move to intercept a lot of the opponent's moves. Then on top of that too, the move actually activates heat. So once you go into heat, you can get your opponent in a guessing game, in a mix-up. And one of the things that you can do with this move is, if you catch your opponent in the guessing game when you're in heat, you can actually do this move 1+2, 1+2-1, and the move will actually carry to the wall. That's where Leroy can inflict damage, because one of the things that can happen is, if you have a wall break, you can continue the combo, or if you have a wall splat, which the move also causes, the opponent to wall splat, you can actually make up a wall combo, or you can just keep doing the move. Now, what I'm showing here, I'm just kind of messing around just to give y'all an example. Now, the move can be used in a cheap, spammy manner, but shit, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? So sometimes, when in doubt, if you get a wall splat on your opponent, you can do the move again. The move is essentially like a combo in itself. So when you get an opponent in a wall splat, you can do this move, and this is some considerable damage. Or, like I said, the move also breaks the wall. The move also activates heat. The move also punishes a lot of the opponent's moves. So this is the reason why I feel like this move has to be mastered if you're going to use Leroy, because it can be used in a plethora of ways. The next move that I personally feel like everyone needs to master if they are going to be successful with Uncle Leroy, of course, is his Rising 2. The reason why I feel like you should master his Rising 2, because this is Leroy's absolute best move into punishing a lot of characters' lows on block. Also, too, this is a good move to duck punish a lot of highs when it comes to a lot of aggressive characters. You can also use this move to duck punish a lot of highs, come up rising, get them in a stunner, and basically inflict big damage off opponents if you block low or if you duck a high and come up rising. Depending on who you are, it can be an advanced move, but at the same time, it's a very simple move. Basically, you only use the move for those purposes. Only use it for punishing lows, and then if you get the timing on a duck high, you come up rising, and Leroy can definitely punish that opponent and get big combo damage off the opponent. Very simple, but also too one of Leroy's best punishment moves in the game when it comes to blocking lows and ducking highs. And that's the reason why I personally feel like everyone that is using Leroy should master this move. And finally, I'm gonna give y'all a bonus move that I feel like y'all should master when it comes to Uncle Leroy Smith. Is of course his up 4-4, which is his orbital. The reason why I feel like y'all should master this move, because this move, not only will it piss off the opponents if you can master it and hit your opponent with this move counter hit wise consistently, this move is actually one of the better punishing moves. Not only can you punish people with this move, but you can also whiff punish people with this move. And as I'm showing y'all here, this move is also good for punishing a lot of the characters' lows in the game. And also too, this move is a good whiff punish move because it can also whiff punish lows without blocking. It can catch low attacks without blocking. It can also catch incoming attacks also too. But for the most part, this move, you can use it to either punish block lows, or you can use it to whiff punish lows as well. And like I said, the reason why I feel like people should master this move when it comes to Uncle Leroy, because shit, it's his best shenanigan move. This move pisses people off. And also too, once you hit people with this move, you can get massive damage off of combos. When you perform this move correctly, get someone in a counter hit, Leroy can inflict massive damage, and you can get some good combos off of this move as well. Once you block a low or once you whiff punish a low, you know, pretty much this move is essentially one of Leroy's best moves. Essentially, you feel what I'm saying? A lot of people may disagree with that opinion, but I personally feel like this is one of his absolute best moves because, like I said, you can punish a lot of lows on block, whiff punish a lot of lows. You can also punish incoming attacks as well, much like his 1+2, 1+2, 1. But like I said, bonus right here, another move that I feel like people should master if you're trying to get better with Leroy. Up forward 4, another one of Leroy's signature moves. And as I said, if you master this move, get your opponent in a counter hit combo situation consistently, Leroy is a tough motherfucker to beat. And these are the moves that I feel like you should learn in order to master Uncle Leroy Smith. These moves here, like I said, they are essential. They are essential when it comes to Leroy's arsenal. These essential moves that I have shown y'all and I feel like y'all should master. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about the essential moves that I have shown that you should master when it comes to Uncle Leroy Smith. If you like, put your thoughts and your feelings in the comment section below. We can get a conversation started. Also too, if you are playing Leroy or interested in Leroy, what moves do y'all think is essential in Leroy's arsenal? I know everyone has their opinion and different perspective on the matter, and I would like to know that. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 action on the internet, period. Also too, be prepared for more tutorials such as this in the near future. I will get back at y'all in the next video. God bless, stay safe, get ready for the next battle. I am out. Peace.